This is Trend Following Radio, where great thinking comes alive. Nobel Prize winners, legendary traders, best-selling authors, and the pros that know what drive us irrational human beings. I am your host, Michael Covel. Not filtered, raw, honest. That's my passion.
You may or may not have seen, but I've developed an addiction for jumping. That might sound kind of odd. Box jumping. You can see what I do on Instagram. And I'm recording this today after doing what is generally my highest level for 85 reps. I got to tell you, when you're jumping 30 plus inches and you're doing it for reps, it's like doing sprints. It knocks the shit out of you. But you know what? You feel fucking amazing after. It's the best. Plus, it gives us something to compete against. More and more. Keep us alive. In this context of just finishing this workout, I want to comment on something that I first saw in the 1990s. The Zurich Axioms. Zurich as in Switzerland. At the time that I saw these Zurich Axioms, they were like trading truths, pieces of trading wisdom, little aphorisms. And I don't recall them being organized in a book. They were sort of mysterious. They were just floating out there somewhere on the internet. Perhaps they were a book then. I don't recall. They do appear to be a book now. The Zurich Axioms, the rules of risk and reward used by generations of Swiss bankers by Max Gunther. So I'm going to hope Max is a real author. I'm going to hope this is a real book. So I'm giving full credit to the quotes that I'm about to read. But in all honesty, these quotes are not necessarily new. They're trend following 101. They're trading 101. They're speculation 101. That's the bottom line. It's the shit we need to know if we don't want to be an average Joe. There's a couple starting notes that go with these that really lay the foundation. The first one, everybody wants to win, of course, but not everybody wants to bet. And therein lies a difference of the greatest magnitude. Many people, probably most, want to win without betting. And to give a side tangent story on this, the numbers of people when I have speculation conversations or entrepreneurial conversations or start a business conversation, it never ceases to amaze me how many people immediately think of, well, that's going to be hard. The risk there is unknown. Hey, no shit, Sherlock. Fucking life is hard. So it just strikes me. Don't be like that. Don't be a pussy. What's it going to get you? You're going to die anyways. We're all going to die, right? Last I checked, we're all going to die. So if you're going to fucking die, why be a pussy? Sorry, I did not give the disclaimer at the top of the episode that it's not for virgin ears or for the kids. Sorry. Actually, you know what? I'm not really sorry. I don't care. Come on. The reality is, this is life. There's an edge to life. There's a hardness to life. You got to take your shots. Continue with those Zurich Axiom notes. The idea is to deliberately expose yourself to risk, to bet, in a way that gains are more likely than losses. Well, that's freaking trend following 101. That's Larry Hite 101. Jerry Parker 101. Bill Dunn 101. That's how it works. Now, if you want to just work for the man and you want to clock in and you want to get your check, well, fucking great. But you know it's not enough. You know deep down it's not a fucking enough. But you won't pull the trigger. Why won't you pull the trigger? Fuck if I know. It feels better sitting out on the edge, on the limb of the tree that's about to break. I'd rather be there. I feel more in control there, on the edge of risk, in the middle of risk, than I do sitting still waiting for the fucking bureaucracy, waiting for the steamroller to flatten my ass. Who the hell wants that? That sucks. I mean, that's the whole pretext of this DEI shit. DEI at its root level is this. I'm too stupid to do something, pay me. That's what it is. I'm too stupid to do something, pay me. And we have now figured out how the bureaucracy works, so we will use the bureaucracy to give us the state's mother's milk. There you go. Do I care who the people that are too stupid are? No, I don't. Is it a wide cross-section of people? Yeah, it is. But why would you want to be that? Let's say you can find the way to milk the system. You get your DEI cash. You're still going to die. And when you get close to death and you look back, what are you going to say? You figured out how to milk the system? You figured out how to get the bureaucracy to give you some goodies? Is that what you're going to fucking say? What a loser you are. What a fucking loser you are. You got to be fucking kidding me. Who the fuck wants that? Maybe this jumping got me pretty intense today. You know, if you start launching your body up over 30 inches for 85 reps, maybe it shakes the brain in a way where the intensity is just ramped up. Whatever, I don't give a shit. I just want to share some truth. Because you know this DEI world and so many of these people out there today, they don't have a fucking truth. They can't understand objective truth. What they have is their own fucking reality. And if their own reality is they're the CEO of United Airlines running around in drag, then that's the fucking truth. But guess what? There is an objective truth. And especially in my world, there's an objective truth. What's the objective truth? The objective freaking truth is the price. Also in this Zurich Axioms, a quote from Jesse Livermore: every occupation has its aches and pains. If you keep bees, you get stung. Me, I get worried. It's either that or stay poor. If I've got a choice between worried and poor, I'll take worried anytime, end quote. You know, the crazy thing is Jesse Livermore killed himself. Now, if you're a moron, you will take Jesse Livermore's words and then you will find out that he killed himself and you'll make a connection. The moron connection is, well, he said something really smart, but he did something really dumb. Therefore, his words don't count. Like, that's the moron perspective. I think like half the world has no further ability of logic than that. If someone says something smart, but then that person does something dumb, their words are nullified. How fucking idiotic do you have to be to think like that? Hey, let's be frank, though. There's bundles of them, and I'm not trying to stop them because guess what? All those dumbasses out there, when they get involved in the markets are quite kind to people like me and to people like you. Because if you have strategy, the losses from the crazy people, the losses from the idiots, the losses from the people that have lost their freaking minds, ultimately, hopefully, often find their ways to the hands of the winners. Further from Zurich Axioms, worry is part of an adventurous life, one that takes personal risks. Put another way, an adventurous life is a rich life. A life avoiding worry is boring or poor. Managing money is no different. To get rich, you must take risks. The price of risk is a state of worry. I don't like that to be true, but it's true. Your personal feelings don't matter. My personal feelings don't matter. If you want to get ahead, you got to take a risk. If you don't want to take a risk, go work at fucking McDonald's. Oh shit, McDonald's replaced you with a fucking robot. If you can't work at McDonald's, you can go to the gas station. Why the fuck does the gas station need you? So if you're not going to take a risk, I don't know, you can become a coder. That joke, that meme from a couple years ago. Oh shit, fucking AI is going to take your job. So what are you going to do? You're going to be open to the opportunity. You don't know what's going to happen next, but you've got a plan to capitalize, to pounce on whatever opportunity comes along. Oh my gosh, Mike, that doesn't sound stable. That doesn't sound like something I can count on. Oh, shut the fuck up. You want welfare? You want to be on the dole? You can count on that. Now you got to look back and say, what did I do for my whole life? Oh shit, I was on the dole. I accepted welfare. Yeah, not a good look. Also from Zurich Axioms, talking about diversification as used in the investment community, it means spreading your money around, spreading it thin, putting it in a lot of little speculations instead of a few big ones. Well, for those of you that know something about trend following, if you start the year, which we have to start every year, and let's just assume you had to start the year flat, You don't know what the hell is going to happen. You might have small losses in 19 markets and only one market pays for your bills for the entire year. What's that market going to be? You can't predict that market. You don't know. Zurich Axioms, trend following. Whoever wrote this shit knows something about trend following, that's for sure. Another one of these Zurich Axioms is about greed. Always take your profit too soon. Trend followers don't take their profits too soon. Further from Zurich Axioms, if you can conquer greed, that one act of self-control will make you a better speculator than 99% of other men and women who are scrambling after wealth. It's really tough to conquer that greed today if you stare at social media all day long because you're looking at some jerk-off posing in front of a Ritz-Carlton, posing in front of a Ferrari, wearing a suit that he just rented, thinking that that clown actually has something. And so what do? I don't know, you shake, you shiver, you think it's important that there's some idiot with some photoshopped picture? Get the fuck out of your head, man. That's not the real world. In fact, the real world, for real people, doesn't involve comparing yourself to fantasy pictures all day long. That's for the mentally incapacitated. That's for the people that should be in fucking asylums. I gotta calm down here a little bit. I apologize. Actually, I really don't apologize. I don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't care about saying the wrong thing or whatever. I know how I feel. I know what I want to give. I know what I want to share. So you can walk away from listening to something like this with a spring in your step, a new perspective, a way to say, damn it, let me let go of all that prior old shit that doesn't help me. Another one of these Zurich Axioms centers around hope. When the ship starts to sink, don't pray, jump. Expect things to go wrong from time to time and have a plan when it does. That means expect mistakes, expect bad luck, expect to be wrong about investments, and don't let any of it debilitate your ability to invest. When it does happen, learn to cut your losses. To do that, you must be willing to take a loss. You take small losses to protect yourself from big ones. And a final thought here from Zurich Axioms on hope and losses. In the absence of compelling reasons to think things will get better, sell. Larry Height's book, The Rule. David Ricardo's The Rule. It's the same shit. This Zurich Axiom stuff I'm reading is right there with all the trend following legends. It's right there with David Ricardo. I mean, you got to see that, right? I mean, there's nothing new under the sun. The only thing new under the sun are the people that come along and present information in a way that perhaps more people can understand or digest or appreciate. I like to think I'm good at that. I like to think I've done a good job at that. And I like to think that I will keep doing that because it's freaking fun. It's fun to share insights where the vast majority of Wall Street, the vast majority of brokerage firms, the vast majority of investors would never consider, don't consider, have no idea to consider, and frankly are just brain dead. Another one of these Zurich Axioms centers around forecasts. Human behavior cannot be predicted. Distrust anyone who claims to know the future, however dimly. Why do we listen? Because the easiest and quickest way to get rich is to know what the market will do tomorrow. Humans have a long history of wanting to know the future. Well, they can have that long history of wanting to know the future, but it doesn't exactly work. It's never worked. If you're out there right now and you're thinking you're going to chart something, you're going to swing trade, you're going to day trade, and whatever other bullshit that you've told yourself. I mean, what the fuck are you doing if you actually think swing trading is viable? What the fuck are you doing if you think 15-minute bars is viable? Seriously. Like, how far wrong have you gone? How have you not actually stumbled into the right way to do things? I mean, you've made your way to, quote, swing trading. You've made your way to, quote, 5-minute bars, 15-minute bars, 1-hour bars. You've made it that far. So you've picked up a book, you've read something, you found some web page, but you've not verified the shit. You've not bothered to find the holes in it. You just sat there like you're in Vegas at the fucking casino, playing roulette, playing craps, playing slots, and telling yourself that you actually have a mathematical edge? Are you really doing that? Of course you're doing that because you're a fucking idiot. God, I gotta calm down. I apologize. I apologize to those of you out there that are not fucking idiots because I know a ton of people that listen to this podcast are way fucking smarter than me. I'm just a good channeler. I channel the message. I bring forward the insights. So many people have shared with me, so many things I've learned on my own. It's fun, right? Who the hell talks like this on CNBC? I mean, go look at these pricks on CNBC. They got an earpiece in. They're reading a teleprompter. They're not even fucking real. I've said this on the podcast before. Guaranteed, 50 years from now, Kramer will be alive. Kernan will be alive. Faber will be alive. They will have AI replacements on screen, and the vast majority of people won't know. But those names and those faces have become such important brands and such moneymakers and such eyeball draws, they'll never die. Bet your ass they will never die. How creepy is that? And the Zurich Axioms also has something to say on patterns. Look, chaos is not dangerous until it begins to look orderly. Everybody wants a formula to get rich, so they look for patterns. Formulas don't exist. It's like the tools that come to me and they start talking about the trend-following algo. What the fuck, man? You've watched too much science fiction. You've listened to too much fucking Silicon Valley bullshit. Too much Wall Street bullshit. A fucking trend-following algo? What the fuck are you talking about? What's the fucking algo gonna do? What are we talking about? Fucking adding and subtracting? Fucking breakouts, moving averages? What the fuck kind of algo are you talking about? Of course, so many of you listening are very with it and know exactly what I'm talking about. So hopefully you're entertained by my intensity. But a lot of people out there, you're not going to get it. You're going to keep searching for your magical algo. God bless you. I hope you get it. I hope you get your fucking algo. Another one of these Zurich Axioms centers on mobility, avoiding putting down roots. They impede motion. Wow, that's so trend following, right? Avoid putting down roots. I mean, trend following by its very nature is mobile. There is a certain mobility to it because you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know what market is going to move. So you're not rooted to, I'm a gold bug. I love Microsoft. I love Tesla. No, you trade those things. You don't own those things. Oh, sure, if you want to have a ownership strategy, you can. That can be your strategy. But at least be honest with yourself about what you are doing exactly. More of the Zurich Axioms talk about latching on to the familiar. Familiar things in investing offer comfort that can lead to emotional attachments. Emotional attachments get you rooted, which makes it harder to sell. I mean, you got to be cutthroat. You got to be cutthroat. If something's not working, cut it off. Castration 101. Well, shit, that doesn't sound good. I mean, I guess if you've got some kind of a disease, castration is necessary, but generally, that's not a kind thought. I don't want to think about castration. And a final part of the Zurich Axioms that I'm sharing today, never hesitate to abandon a venture if something more attractive comes into view. I can only keep saying it. This stuff is all trend following 101. People might call trend following by a different name. There might be different practitioners. There might be anonymous practitioners that you never hear about. But people don't change. Human nature doesn't change. You need a system, you need a process to deal with the ups and downs. You need a process to deal with when do you get out. You need a process about when you get in. You need a process about what you trade. You need a process for how much you're going to risk. And if you don't have any of this stuff, that's fine. You can go to Macau, you can go to Vegas, you can go to Singapore. That Marina Bay Sands in Singapore is really fucking cool. You can go there and you can blow all your money. Why invest? Why trade? I mean, if you're going to be an idiot, if you're going to be a moron, if you're not going to have a system, if you're not going to have a process, if you're going to trust shit like 5-minute bars, why do that? Go to the Marina Bay Sands. That's more fun. There's pretty girls walking around. There's flashing lights. There's good food. That's a hell of a lot more interesting than having a shitty system in the investing world that's never going to work and going to make you broke. Go to a place that's fun. Hell, man, I got to tell you, there's some crazy fun in Macau, and I'm not a gambler. I don't gamble in casinos at all. But I can tell you, Macau, Vegas, these are some of the places where the old mantra of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas exists. So forget having a bad strategy as an investor or a trader. Get on the plane, man. Go have a little fun. That view from the 60th floor at Marina Bay Sands, that's an awesome view. So if you're going to be an idiot, if you're going to be a moron, if you're not going to know what the fuck you're doing, don't go trade 5-minute bars. Come to Marina Bay Sands. We'll have dinner. We'll talk about how smart it was to avoid using that idiotic system that you wanted to use. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta freaking relax because I'm too wound up after all this jumping today. Enjoy.
I see a time when those awake will understand how to make money in up, down, and surprise markets. Whether new trader or experienced, college student or financial advisor, protecting against a crash or just trying to make a lot of money, trend following offers everyone an answer in uncertain times. To get started immediately, send me an email, michael@covel.com. I will send you the right trend following steps to take along with my free video. But if you want to buy and hold, trust the government and trust Wall Street, this is absolutely not for you.